Hi, my name is Emily. I am the office manager here at the International Students and Scholars Office at the University of Arkansas, and I'm here to help you learn how to apply for a social security number and just learn all the general information you need to know so that you can feel good about getting started and knowing what to expect with this process. All right, so the first thing to know is that a social security number, or an SSN for short, is completely free. So if anyone is asking you for money, you should not be paying anything for this process. You will need to get an SSN if you have a job. So let's say you're a research assistant, you're a graduate assistant of some sort, or maybe you do part-time work here on campus. All those things are reasons that you would need a social security number. If you don't have an offer of employment, you don't qualify for a social security number. Now, you'll need to request your SSN within 90 days of your employment start date. So you are totally welcome to start working and you are able to be paid and all that good stuff. But within 90 days of when you have started work, you'll need to go ahead and request your SSN. I also want to make sure you know that you don't need an SSN to do those other important administrative tasks. So, say you need to open your bank account, you need to file taxes, you need to get a driver's license, all those things, you can totally do them without having an SSN. So, if you don't qualify for one, that's okay. It's not going to keep you from doing the other things that you need to do. Okay, so you have a job now and you are ready to apply, let's say. So there's a few things that we just need to make sure of before you are totally eligible to apply for your SSN. The first is, of course, having that job offer. Then also you need to have been in the US at least 11 days and you'll need to be enrolled in classes. So let's say you're an incoming student, you just got here to the U of A for the first time. You'll need to have first completed immigration basics. Then we will lift your enrollment hold that you have on your account, which will let you enroll in your classes. You'll enroll in your classes, and then once that's all done, then everything is complete that needs to happen for you to move forward with applying for your SSN. The first thing that you'll want to do, the first piece of documentation that you'll need is the employment verification letter. This is something that you can just print and download on the University of Arkansas website. If you type employment verification letter, UARK, it's going to come up as one of the first or second links. Notice that it has the University of Arkansas heading and it's in color. Both of those things you want to make sure you have since the SSN office is very particular about how this form looks. Your employer may have their own specific employment verification form. So, for example, Chartwell's, which is the dining halls on campus, they have their own employment verification form that they use, and that is also fine. You'll want your employer's HR sponsor to fill out the employment verification form and color in color with the heading, and then sign it with an ink pen. Once that is done, you'll bring that form to our office, and our F1 or J1, depending on your visa, that advisor will stamp and sign it, and you'll come back to the office the next day to pick it up. So this document is really important to make sure you have filled out since it is one that is required for the office. The SSN office will look for it and make sure that you have it during that SSN process. Okay, so some other documents that you're going to need are first, printed and signed copies of either your DS 2019 if you are a J1 student or a J1 visa holder, or an I-20 if you're an F1 visa holder. You'll also need your I-94, which shows your port and date of entry. If you don't have that and don't know where to find it, you can just look up your I-94 by typing in "find my I-94." It'll be the first thing that comes up on Google, and you'll put in your passport details and it will show your travel history and give you your I-94 to download and print out. You'll also need your passport. This includes copies, which is really important, not just your physical passport with you, but copies of your biography page and the front cover of your passport. And then you'll need your visa. a copy of your visa page as well. Last thing that you'll need with documentation is you will need to apply for a social security number on the SSN website. So ssa.gov is their main website, but if you just type in apply for a social security number, it'll be the first thing that comes up on Google. You click that and it will show this request social security number for the first time as an option. So fill out that. At the end, it will give you an appointment reference number. You'll need to have that printed and have the physical copy with you when you go for your appointment. And then after that, the website will also give you the option to schedule your appointment. So if you're ready to book your appointment, then I recommend just going ahead with finding a date that works for you and booking your SSN appointment there. All right, so how do we get to the SSN office? Thankfully, there is a Fayetteville location. It is accessible by Razorback Transit on Route 26. You'll need to take Route 26 from here at the Union and then get off at the Vantage Drive and Mud Creek Trail stop. From there, you'll walk on the right side of the road for about 13 minutes, and the office is on your right. So you won't need to cross the road. It'll just be right in front of you once you get there on your right side. In addition, if you prefer to go by a bike, you can take the Razorback Greenway, which connects a lot of Fayetteville. You can take that Razorback Greenway trail and use the Mud Creek Trail. So you'll turn left onto East Venture Place, then turn right on North Business Drive, and again, it'll be on the right as it would be if you were getting at the bus stop. You are welcome to do a walk-in appointment if you would like. We recommend scheduling in advance just because you never know how long it's going to take, what the lines are going to look like, and I'm sure that there's other things you would rather do than be waiting in line to get your social security number. So, if at all possible, we highly recommend just getting an appointment in advance. All right, so you get your social security number. You will expect your social security number in about 2 weeks. And this number you will have for life. It's also really, really important that you protect it and that it's somewhere that is safe. So don't put the physical card in someplace like your wallet. Put it somewhere where you know where it is and nobody else does. And then also don't share it over email or some other digital format that is not protected, because this is a very important number and is connected to a lot of different important aspects of documentation that you have. Okay, so you have your social security number, and now there's two main things that you'll need to do with it once you have it in hand. The first will be to schedule an appointment with HR so that you can finish filling out your I-9 form. You will select an NRA appointment. That's the kind of appointment you'll want to have. And if you have any questions about getting an appointment with them, you will need to email intlhr@uark.edu. And the links for that, for scheduling your appointment, are going to be in the description box below. In addition, the second step will be that you need to put your social security number into GLACIER. GLACIER is our non-resident tax filing system, and you will use them later on when you need to file your taxes. So GLACIER, once you upload your SSN, is going to generate some documents for you that will automatically download, and you'll need to sign those and then upload them into Box. Box is just an online digital platform that lets you upload sensitive documents in a safe space, basically. So both Box as well as the GLACIER link and the HR appointment link are all going to be in the description. And if you have questions related to this step or anything with non-resident tax, please reach out to nratax@uark.edu. They are our student tax representatives, and they're there to help you with all your tax questions. All right, so a couple final things are some what ifs. So what if I lose my social security number? In the case that you lose your social security number, since it is for life, you will still keep that number, but you will need to go back to the SSN office and apply for that physical card again. The same would be if you change your legal name. So again, your number is going to be the same since it's assigned to you for life, but you'll want your physical card to reflect the name change, and so you'll need to go directly to the office again. And then what if my Social Security never arrives? In that case, I recommend waiting about 3 weeks. And then once that time is up, if you still haven't gotten it, you will need to go bring your documents again and go back to the Social Security office. Your information should still be in their system, so it should be a fairly quick process. You shouldn't need to totally reapply again, but you'll need to follow up with them. If you wait too long, about 45 days after making that initial request for your SSN, then you'll no longer be active in their system and you'll have to start over with the steps in applying for your SSN, if that makes sense. And lastly, what if I want an SSN for filing taxes? Yeah, so to file taxes, if you have an SSN, you'll use that number as your tax identification number. But if not, you will actually request for an ITIN, which is a temporary identification number that will be used for tax purposes. And so even if you don't have an SSN, there's no issues in filing taxes with the ITIN number. That basically will serve the same purpose for filing your taxes. All right, so you have got this. I hope that this presentation was helpful and you feel equipped to go get your Social Security number. If you still have questions, we are available on the live chat first and foremost. That is where our international student advisors are on to talk with you. They are at iss.uark.edu and available from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. and 3 to 4 p.m. every weekday, accessible from around the world. You don't even need to be a student. They can talk with anyone. And then our phone number, if you'd like to give our office a call, is 479-575-5003. All right, you have got this. Best of luck as you go forward in getting your Social Security number.